Wow.
Boogaloo.
Films. Bad films. Lots of films. Very, very bad films. Films. Watch that film. Then talk about it. It's Electric Boogaloo with Matt and Keenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Electric Boogaloo, the show we make bad films worse. I'm a cameo from YouTuber Matt Bradley.
I am Ice Age 925 Coffee Catastrophe. Keenan Groom.
Okay.
I'm insinuating they're going to make 925 Ice Ages, and they're going to progress through time, and eventually the 925th will be the present day. And there's a problem with the coffee machine in the office.
I do like the idea that as the Ice Age films go on, they'll just become more and more modern, and yet these like ancient animals will still be alive.
Yeah, it'll be a mammoth just driving a car in New York.
It's a mammoth running through and being like, Cleopatra, we have to stop the memory. That's my Ray Romano impression. So we watched Ice Age 5, and I'm angry.
It's too early to worse. It's not that early, but...
No, but for us, we usually record at like 2 in the afternoon or 4 in the afternoon, and it's 10 in the morning, and Keenan watched this film at 8, and I'm very sorry. This was my choice because I remember how much this movie annoyed me, and I was like,
a nice morning, but instead, an hour and a half.
I was thinking like, oh well, it's been 3 years since I last watched this movie. I think it'll be fine. I think I will have softened on it. I think I've hardened on this movie. I was angrier than I remember being.
Here's my notes.
I was really pissed off. Oh dear.
I stared at the film today. Nothing went in.
I mean, that's valid.
I really like Ice Age.
The first one and 3.
The first film is incredible. It's one of the best like animated kids films at that time. You got the first Shrek, the first Ice Age, and the Toy Stories. So
I would debate that personally. I think the first Ice Age is fine. I would not compare it to like Shrek and Toy Story.
But I would say like it was fresh. It was something different.
It's serviceable. It doesn't hold up as well as some of the other ones do. I will say.
I haven't seen the first Ice Age in a while, so I may change my opinion. I just want the whole film to be about Scrat.
I don't.
I'd happily just watch like a collection of shorts.
Well, this film was based on a Scrat short, right?
Yeah.
They released a Scrat short along with, I want to say, the Peanuts movie that Blue Sky did. It might have been a different Blue Sky movie. Or it might have been a different Studios movie. I don't know. But they released a Scrat short that was basically just all the space stuff from the start of the movie.
Okay.
Where he's in the UFO. And it was like well received. So they're like, well, what if we make a full film out of this? And then they did. And it's this.
I thought it was going to be weird, and then Scrat was going to end up on another planet, and there was going to be like alternate characters. So like it's going to be the normal characters, but they're like weird alien versions of it.
No, that would be creative.
I thought that would be quite fun.
Instead, they do a bunch of dumb stuff that is bad. I went to see this movie no, I didn't see this one in cinemas. But me and my brother used to watch the Ice Age films quite a lot. My oldest brother, Richard. And we really liked the first one, we really liked the third one. And we hated the second one, and we hated the fourth one. So our theory was, odd-numbered Ice Age films are good, even-numbered Ice Age ones are bad. So when I found out they'd released a fifth one, I was like, oh great, it's an odd-numbered Ice Age film. And Simon Pegg's back, and he was the best thing about the third one.
Yeah.
This'll be great. And then I tell all of my hair out, and it has only just grown back.
This was on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because Disney owns Fox, and Fox owns Blue Sky. Technically, that makes Queen Latifah's mammoth a Disney princess, I think. Do you have a set story thing?
Yeah, I do.
Just so we can bring the energy up. Come on, we can do this.
So this one, isn't a horror one, but you can argue it's about a horror person.
Okay.
As in, it's not like a cursed film set, as it were. So this one's on The Shining, and it's just people talking about how it is to work with Stanley Kubrick. Yeah. So Stanley Kubrick was notorious for shooting multiple takes for his scenes. During the production of The Shining, Kubrick demanded Shelley Duvall perform the iconic baseball bat scene with Jack Nicholson 127 times to get the terror and horror just right. That's merely one example of how difficult the director could be to his stars during the 13-month shoot.
13 months, bloody hell.
Yeah, script pages would often change from day to day, with Kubrick and co-screenwriter Diane Johnson filing constant rewrites. The practice was so frequent that Jack Nicholson refused to learn any of his lines until he got onto set because he knew they'd change just before shooting anyway. Shelley Duvall was under constant stress due to many arguments with the director about her acting and her character, Wendy Torrance. Kubrick wanted Duvall to be on edge in constant state of fear and isolation, which eventually made her physically ill. In an interview with Robert Ebert in 1980, Shelley Duvall described working with Stanley Kubrick as almost unbearable, but from other points of view, really very nice, I suppose. It's almost like Kubrick has given her Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, they put her through so much that she's like, oh, yeah, he's great.
He just like sucks, right? Yeah. Obviously, he's a wonderful director, and his films are incredible, and The Shining's a masterpiece and whatever. But like the way he treated Shelley Duvall, especially,
I think it's just her. It's more on her, isn't it? Because Nicholson really gets into character. Yeah. So in a way, if he loses himself in the film, it's good for him, but it's bad for her because he's going to be even more.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure you could take it as like, oh well, he just picked on her because she had to get into the character that was full of fear, and getting into a psychopath character, there's no way for the director to. What it is she was the woman on set,
because it was pretty much just her, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was abusive to an innocent woman, and just really dickish.
Because I know, what's her name, Gene Kelly. Did like most of the Singing in the Rain scenes. I did those hundreds of times, but that's you doing it. You're like perfectionist for yourself.
Yes,
this is just making someone else do it 100 times because she didn't look scared enough.
Yeah, Kubrick may very well have been a very talented director, but screw that guy. Come on.
Imagine being like really quick, imagine being Jack Nicholson and going, I'm not going to bother learning my lines because I know they're going to be different, and I'm just going to have to force myself to learn them right there.
That sucks for him. I mean,
like I know all these like Hollywood actors have got amazing memory because they get most of the scripts for the scenes on the day, but to force yourself to memorize pages that could be a really long scene just instantly. And deal with it.
And plus, based on what Kubrick's like, it would have likely been, we've recorded this scene. Now we're going to record the scene again with an entirely different script.
Yeah.
So changed my mind.
Yeah, which is going to like affect how you act it, isn't it?
That sucks, man.
Because the thing with film, you don't film it in order either. So you got to try and find the emotion of the last scene before you even know what the story is. At least with theatre, you can read it in order.
Yeah, this is why. I was going to say, this is why I don't do cinema. There's also many other reasons why I don't do cinema.
No, that's the only reason. It's fine. No. Yeah.
It's not that it's a hard industry to get into, and I don't have the connections or looks, frankly.
Don't beat yourself up. No, that's the only reson.
It's just because I don't like it. Yeah. I could do it in a second. I'm going to go be in Mission Impossible 9. I forgot how many Mission Impossible.
I said 45.
The Rise of the Mongols.
Probably about as far as they'd get. Yeah.
Let's talk about Ice Age, I guess. So, this movie...
This is all on you. I've written nothing down. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to have a nice time today. Going to be
I'm not. So, plot summary, right.
Yeah.
Scrat, the squirrel guy, has his acorn, and he accidentally activates a spaceship. And doing that leads to some shenanigans that leads to an asteroid heading towards Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Buck the Weasel learns about this and leads the Ice Age gang on a wacky series of misadventures to stop the asteroid from destroying Earth.
Yeah.
That's the movie, and the wacky misadventures make me want to die.
Scrat makes the solar system.
Yeah.
He leaves Earth to play bowling with the other, at this point, 8 planets in our solar system, plus the moon.
Yeah.
Which makes it doesn't make the 10 from 10 pin bowling, but we'll go with it. Yeah. And then he hits him so hard and plays pinball
around them.
Yeah.
Hits Saturn like a golf ball so it lands in its rings, which is sat there.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, the main note I have at this movie is that the laws of physics mean goddamn nothing to this movie. And I get it's a cartoon, it's an animated kids movie, whatever. My problem with that is that an important cameo in this movie is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things like physics shouldn't matter in animated and or kids films, but for things that are...
This movie's
supposed to be historically correct. Like, they've got the right... Yeah.
Ice Age, whatever. I'm not here about historical accuracy.
No.
Although, realistically, the solar system definitely would be in place by now, long before life came to Earth.
Because they've got the right animals for the time period. To, like, it would be, like, together. Like, those animals would be living at the same time.
Yes. But also there are dinosaurs alive, so...
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the whole thing of, like, they died out, but they went hiding underground. So, sure, whatever. There's so many, like, historical inaccuracies in this film or whatever, but it's a movie that claims to kind of be about, like, it's science-y, and, you know, we've got about the meteors and space and magnets and but then also you have all of the crazy physics that make no sense. You have Saturn's rings just kind of sat there doing nothing until Saturn lands in them, which is not how Saturn's rings work. The red spot on Jupiter is caused by the moon smacking into it or something.
Yeah.
All these planets collide with each other, but that doesn't damage any of the planets. However, an asteroid will damage Earth.
Saturn's the only one that has rings as well.
Yeah, there's no rings for Uranus, despite that having rings.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie's so immature. I can't believe they didn't make a joke about rings on Uranus. Yeah. Like, it's right there. Come on.
Yeah. That's probably, like, if you're talking about planets, that's the first go-to joke for a kids film, isn't it? You've missed a trick there,
no,
Blue Sky.
They made a weird joke about golf and Saturn instead. Also, Scrat's like fully immortal, right?
Yeah.
Like, he survives in space with that suit for a while. He, during the gravity scene, all of his skin falls off, and he
because they put the gravity up to 57 times our 0, as in our 1 gravity, or whatever.
Yeah, which would destroy your heart.
He's immortal. He's a squirrel and he's immortal.
He's fully immortal.
Yeah.
To be fair, going back into my Ice Age lore here, in Ice Age 4, he does visit the ancient city of Scratlantis, which is a joke I enjoy, I must admit.
I think I need to see Ice Age 4.
You might do. It's not as bad as this, to be fair. It does have Peter Dinklage playing a pirate monkey, so...
Sounds good.
It's not.
Okay. I meant Peter Dinklage as a spider monkey. Pirate monkey.
Yeah. So maybe while he was in Scratlantis, he gained the power of immortality. However, it's also likely he had it from movie 1 because he gets into so much slapstick goddamn nonsense.
Yeah.
So we meet our main gang, which is Ray Romano,
a lot bigger than the last time I watched the film. so many characters
Oh,
now.
yeah.
There was
gang is
3
huge.
the last time I saw it.
Yeah, so Ice Age 1, you remember, your core 3, it's Manny, Sid, and Diego, right? And they've got the baby with them. Oh, that's fun. And the second one, you get the possums to it, and you add just the wife, and yeah, that's cool. In the third one, Book shows up, and he's like kind of in the gang, sort of. By this movie, the gang is Manny, Diego, and Sid.
Yep.
Diego's wife, Akira?
J-Lo.
Manny's wife, Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Who is named Ellie.
Ellie, because she's an elephant, and Manny the mammoth, because they're really clever.
And you have the 2 possums.
Yeah.
Crash and Zoom, or whatever the goddamn called. You got the daughter, Peaches. You have Peach's boyfriend, Julian, who is so annoying. Oh my god, he's so annoying. You have Sid's grandma, who is Wanda Sykes, which, what a waste of Wanda Sykes.
It looks like Wanda Sykes, did it?
Yeah. What a waste of Wanda Sykes, man. I love Wanda Sykes.
The sloth looked like Wanda Sykes.
Yeah. And then that's 10?
Yeah. And then you've
got
got
any more that I'm forgetting about?
Well, you always have the random...
Oh, and Book, 11.
The random little ones. Like the other little animals that always appear.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
the kids and stuff. But yeah, the main gang is 10, 11.
Yeah, which is too many characters, especially considering they try to have a character arc for Diego and Kira.
Let's call it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
They try to have an arc for Diego and J-Lo, where it's like, we want to have kids, but kids are afraid of us. Will we be good parents? It's brought up at the start of the movie. And then it is never referenced again for the entire movie until the ending, where they close the arc, which was not an arc. It's an arc if an arc is A to B.
I think you go A to C there with no R in the middle. I don't know, that wouldn't even work. It wouldn't.
That's kind of that's almost a joke, I think. It's a better joke than any of the jokes in this movie. This movie got 1 laugh out of me, and I'm kind of ashamed about it. But I'll get to that in a bit. So Manny's plot in this movie is that he hates his daughter's boyfriend, which is relatable because his daughter's boyfriend is terrible.
Did they mocap Adam Devine for this?
Very possible.
I wouldn't be surprised. The fluid movement of this mammoth was very similar to that man.
Yeah. I had to remind myself who Adam Devine was, and I still can't remember.
He's in Maroon 5, isn't he?
No,
that was always confusing. Like, you change one letter and you complete, like, Adam Devine's the guy in Pitch Perfect.
Right, okay. I think he was in that show Workaholics, which looked really bad.
Yeah. I've seen him. He's like he's Bumper in the Pitch Perfect movies.
Right. He's C-list American celebrity.
Yeah, he's in everything. He's probably in Bad Neighbors and stuff, I think.
Probably. He's a C-list character for this movie as well, in my opinion. The daughter and the boyfriend are going to get married, and they're going to move away. And Manny and Queen Latifah or Ellie or whatever are like, oh, we've got to stop them because we're cliche parents in a movie. Every story in this movie is so cliched, except maybe Books. Even then, he's just like hero's journey, I guess.
Yeah. Scary people want to be parents. Oh no, we're scared.
They want to be kind. And then Sid is like, I'm an ugly man. I want to find love. Yeah. Sid, by the way, is still looking like every Tory politician.
He looks like that American female politician. I don't know what her name is.
That's not specific.
I don't know who it is. I'm going to type in American. She might be a newsreader. I'm going to type American lady. Sid the Sloth Eyes.
I mean, he looks like Jacob Rees-Mogg.
American lady, big eyes. Bug eyes. She became like a filter on Instagram for a while. You could make your eyes like a...
do not know who you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about, but no one else does.
No.
Right. Sid the Sloth is a direct ancestor of Pete Davidson, Steve Buscemi,
Yes.
and this lady that I can't remember her name of.
Also, like most of the Tory government.
When it branched.
Jacob Rees-Mogg and what's his face, the other one.
Yeah,
Donald Trump.
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Tories are ugly. So Sid is like, he's been on one date with stereotypical New York sloth.
Can we just quickly?
Oh, Siddy.
Because I'm guessing because it's to appeal to the younger audience, but Sid's meant to be a giant ground sloth. He's meant to be the same size as the mammoths.
I would love that.
It'd be really funny. He was like huge.
I think it would be great if it just turned out that Sid's family are the only small versions of that. And when you meet Jessie J later on, she's goddamn giant. Yeah,
because she's they're the massive sloth that you see in the museums.
Yeah.
They're absolutely huge.
They wouldn't be mammoth size, I don't think.
Well, they're closer to a mammoth size than
yes, for sure.
The saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah. I love those giant sloths. I hate Sid. Every line he says makes me want to rip off my skin. I don't hate him as much as Granny, who is so annoying. And her plot is she is along for the ride.
Why is Wanda Sykes always so angry? Because she does films like this, I suppose.
Exactly. Wanda Sykes is so funny.
Yeah.
She was on John Oliver a while ago talking about Black Lives Matter and racial injustice and stuff. And she is so smart and so funny.
Yeah.
And she does films like this.
Yeah, she does a lot of films like this, doesn't she?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It probably pays well and she needs money, but come on, Wanda Sykes, be in a good movie.
Yeah.
Beg of you. There was a line here I liked. Didn't make me laugh. I did like it, which is, all I've got is my boyish good looks and this mariachi band. Which out of context, that's a funny line. In context. Yeah.
Why is always a mariachi band?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, just randomly I've just booked Run DMC.
Here's the band I've got for your wedding. It's Daft Punk.
Yeah. I know. I suppose a mariachi band's easy to do a quick little done. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, or it's one of the two songs or and I'm dangerously veering into a James Acaster bit. I'm going to stop there.
They're pretty. Those songs are probably free. You probably don't need a license for them.
So Manny forgets his anniversary with Ellie.
Yeah,
and you think that's going to be important, and it isn't.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have a conversation about that later.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be their plot for the movie. Is maybe we're falling out of love because you forgot our anniversary, and then instead it's I'm mad at you, but it's fine. So, yeah, and while he's forgetting the anniversary, a bunch of fireworks appear in the sky. Whoa! And they think, oh, Manny's done good, yeah. But it turns out it's actually asteroids falling to Earth. Uh-oh.
Science
one
here.
Of these...
They would make fireworks, would they?
No. They would look very pretty as they streaked across the sky. They would not explode into fireworks. That is nonsense. The meteors start falling to Earth, and that opens up the path to the dinosaur land from the third movie. And Simon Pegg is still down there being Buck and being the only good thing in this movie.
Yeah, he was fun in this film.
I'm never going to not enjoy Simon Pegg in a movie.
Maybe they should make
a fun character.
Like when they did a Puss in Boots spin-off film, they should do one for just him.
Yeah.
Maybe I know you probably don't like them, but it will sell well if the possums were his little sidekicks in the film.
Yeah. The possums plot in this movie is also we're just along for the ride. I do not like them. They're really annoying. One of them is Josh from Drake and Josh, and the other one is not Drake.
They should have got Drake to do it. They should have got both of them to do it.
If it was Drake and Josh, I might have enjoyed it a bit more.
Yeah.
However, on the other hand, I do not like Drake Bell. So
yeah.
And also, on the third hand, I don't like Josh Peck. So
who should they have got? Which duo from
played them
would have been from our generation's childhood? Would have to be it.
Dick and Dom.
Just randomly get Dick and Dom.
Yeah, why not?
If they had Simon Pegg and Dick and Dom, that'd be well fun.
That'd be well great. Yeah. when we do our pitch later on, I think we have to write a later Ice Age film,
which is just the Simon Pegg film.
No, it'll be an Ice Age movie, but like you know how we were joking earlier about like Ice Age in like feudal Japan or in ancient Egypt or whatever. We'll do one of those, and we'll also fully recast the movie.
Okay, yeah.
To the best of our abilities, we'll probably miss some characters.
I've got a few of them already.
I'm excited to hear.
Yeah.
So he's fighting off some dinosaurs. They're not.
Are they
pterodactyls? No,
they're too. Yeah, they're. Archaeopteryx are too young, aren't they?
Something. I will find out what the exact species, because it is on the Wikipedia page. But these are played by like 3 pretty good sitcom actors. You've got Nick Offerman as the dad, Stephanie Beatrice as the daughter, and that guy from New Girl as the son. Max Greenfield?
Yeah. Schmidt, was it Schmidt? They did Stephanie Beatrice dirty with her massive head.
Yeah. Also by giving her 0 funny lines.
Yeah.
Also, they gave Nick Offerman 0 funny lines.
He was like the evil one, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Nick Offerman's very funny. Let him say funny things. Don't just make him go, I'm angry and I'm your dad. Rah!
Yeah, they could have got someone else to do that, couldn't they?
But Nick Offerman, you have him say very serious things in a very funny way.
Yeah.
Let it be dinosaur Ron Swanson. It's all I want.
Like, on paper, it's a really good cast for this one.
It's a really good cast.
Before we get to...
And none of them do anything.
Before we get to the later bits, they're bad. But
before
the main cast and the dinosaurs, that's quite a strong cast.
Oh, I mean, let me just run through this cast. Ray Romano, famous actor, funny man. Maybe not so much funny anymore, but, you know, whatever. John Leguizamo, pretty famous, pretty cool. Dennis Leary, Queen Latifah, Simon Pegg. Sean William Scott is the other possum, and they're called Crash and Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know who this man is. He plays Stifler in American Pie.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Sure. Josh Peck is the other one. Keke Palmer, she's famous. Adam Devine, sure. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Jessie J, Jennifer Lopez, Wanda Sykes, Nick Offerman, Stephanie Beatrice, Max Greenfield, Melissa Roach. I don't know who that is. She's Bernadette in Big Bang Theory.
Who was she?
She played the sloth that dumped Sid at the start.
Okay. Wouldn't have known.
Michael
she wasn't in the credits.
Strawn, who is a football player. He plays the rabbit in the weird bit later on. And Lily Singh as the unicorns in Geotopia. And then Chris Wedge plays Scrat, who is the director.
You say play Scrat, you just go...
Yeah, but it's kind of fun. He's the director of the movie.
Yeah.
This film has a great cast, and none of them do anything other than maybe Simon Pegg. So Simon Pegg gets out. Before that, actually, I do have the one joke that made me laugh in this movie, which is when the character Ack starts for Diego and J-Lo, who I was just on the page. I could have learned her name. But it's so low down, which is like Shearer is Jennifer Lopez's character's name.
Yeah.
I think it's mentioned maybe once in the movie. I'm pretty sure Diego just calls her the wife for most of it. So Curly's wife, the tiger.
Oh, no, can't say Curly's wife.
Curly's wife, the tiger. She
doesn't die.
She might as well have, for all the good she does.
Don't bring up mice and men into this. That means Manny's Lenny and Sid has to shoot him.
I'm pretty sure Sid's Lenny. Come on.
No.
So Curly's wife, the tiger, and Diego are talking about how they want to have children, and they're like, "Well, kids find us scary, but why would it be scary?" And they're eating grapes, and their mouths covered in like grape juice.
Yeah,
because the kids view of them, and they've got like the glassy cat eyes and blood all down their mouths.
Yeah,
and that's quite a good visual gag.
Yeah,
if they'd done more stuff like that, I might have enjoyed the movie. However, that's the only time they do anything like that.
Just those two little prehistoric mammals getting scared for the whole film.
It's like a little baby, like tapir or something.
Yeah,
and he looks over, and there's these two deadly predators with blood streaming down their mouths. It's really good visual gag.
Yeah,
and they never go back to it. Simon Pegg is doing his stuff downstairs. He's fighting off Ron Swanson the dinosaur. Mm-hmm. And then he finds a Mayan temple about 2 million years before the Mayans existed.
Yeah, because they can time travel.
Yeah, I mean, they do know calendars. I don't know.
They just got bored, didn't they? They've written 2012
numbers in 2012,
down. Yeah. I'd love to go after that. I'm bored.
Yeah, I think this film might have been written in 2012.
It's 2016.
It would make sense. Yeah, it was released in 2016, but has a lot of stuff that feels like it's from before 2016. So he comes up and he's like, "We're going to go to where the asteroid's going to hit, and then we'll divert it using something." And then Wanda Sykes has another line that I liked out of context, but in the film I didn't like, which is, "That plan's so dumb, I wish I had a face so I could smack it."
Hello, it's me, Michael Caine, and I've got a new product for you. You ever had pancakes and not quite been able to flip it? Yes.
That I have.
Thank you, Yoda, my acquaintance. Right, I've got this new thing for you. It's called the Pancake Flippy Floppy. This one is Australian. The Flippy Floppy. Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
Drippy Pancake Flippy.
Thank you, Yoda, with your big brain and your small hands. The Drippy.
So small my hands are.
The Drippy Pancake Flippy not only flips your pancakes, but it inserts your choice of sauce. Put a stick of butter on the handle. Put a jar of maple syrup in the handle. Put a bee in the handle that makes you honey. Press a button and zoom. It goes on your pancake. Press the button, it flips a pancake for you. You don't even need arms.
Hollandaise sauce on mine, I like.
Make it savoury. Why not? Yoda, would you like to do the terms and conditions of this Drippy Pancake Flippy?
So, when Drippy Pancake Flippy you buy,
Yes.
You sign waiver, you do.
Right.
Do or do not, there is no try.
Yeah.
And if you buy Drippy Pancake Flippy, you sign your life away to me, Yoda.
£28 and you're sold to Yoda. Drippy Pancake Flippy. Don't be a drippy or a dippy. Buy the Pippy.
And then they go stop the asteroid, and this is where I stopped making a lot of notes.
You stopped making notes.
I mean, you never started.
It was a film that I just stared and went, okay. Like, I didn't not enjoy it, but it was not enjoyable enough to write down either bad things about it or
I was
blah.
just furious.
I existed for an hour and 40. And that was it.
What even happened during this section? They're walking along, they find out the rocks are magnetic.
Yeah.
The possums get beaten up a bit, but they don't die, which is sad. Some lightning stuff happens because Scrat causes, like, the storm from Jupiter to hit.
Oh, that's just after he changes the tide with the moon as well.
Oh, yeah. He puts the moon right next to the Earth, which, by the way, would kill everyone on the planet. Yeah. Never mind the asteroid killing. Just the moon flying overhead, like, that would kill everyone. And that lets Buck do a Moses. During all the adventures, we see inside Buck's brain, and he has Plato Buck, Robot Buck, and Neil the Buck Weasel.
It was actually, sorry. to
Or
disappoint
was it
you.
Aristotle?
It was Pythagoras because he made a right angle joke.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going on the right angle. It was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Neil the Book Weasel's one thing, right? That's just kind of funny and dumb.
Yeah.
Pythagoras' book really implies the existence of the ancient Greeks about 2 million years before ancient Greece.
Robots.
And robots, yes, as well.
Yeah, because Neil deGrasse was just a cameo, wasn't it? Basically.
Yeah. Given the fact that there are like UFOs on the planet, it's possible in theory that there was a robot in the Fallen Kingdom. I suppose.
I've got it. This is post-human extinction.
Okay.
So the Mayans have happened. Greeks have happened.
But
Alien
we saw the
invasion.
humans in the first movie.
Were
they the last humans?
They're either the last humans or the new.
Yeah. And in the time since then, evolution's just kind of repeated itself, which is what evolution does.
Yeah, I think if we were wiped out, if the Earth was wiped out but carried on, the Earth carried on living, it would start again.
Everything would go back to how it was several million years ago, including evolution, which is indeed how that works, right? I think so.
Yeah, which is explained. Let's explain the Mayan.
The Mayan temple and the Pythagoras and the robot stuff. Sure, it explains all that. It does not explain why we have dinosaurs again. How we're doing all this stuff again. Or how the solar system went back in on itself, I guess. It doesn't explain. I mean, that shouldn't have been there in the first place. Do not try to logic out this movie. It will defy you. It will cut off your legs. This movie is a cut off your legs experience. I compared this movie. I have a distinct memory of the first time I watched this movie of comparing it to injecting wasp venom into your eyes. That's how it feels to me. I hate this movie so much. It's just infuriating to think about. They get into a lightning storm, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. And then they move the lightning around using rocks, and the lightning cages. And there's two lightnings fighting each other. At one point, the possums are used as defibrillators, I guess. Oh God, it's so dumb. Buck adopts a pumpkin called Bronwyn. And
I thought at the end it was going to be bigger. I was disappointed.
I thought it was going to hatch and something would come out of it. Yeah. That might have been funny. But no, he's just got a pumpkin called Bronwyn and he's like, I'm this pumpkin's dad now. And it's why?
Why Bronwyn?
Why Bronwyn?
They've got...
I think Simon Pegg came up with Bronwyn on the day. And I've got to give him credit for that. That's quite good.
They've made him Cockney, but Bronwyn's a Welsh name.
Yeah. They make camp, and Manny needs to bond with Julian for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Their arcs make no sense throughout the movie. And Julian is singing My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark by Fall Out Boy.
Mm-hmm.
This movie was released in 2016. That song was released in 2013. Why that song? I mean, it's a bop, but
I think
that's a dated reference.
Thinking about it, I think he sang that in Pitch Perfect. Or that song was in Pitch Perfect as well.
Maybe that was the reference then. Okay. But
no, I don't think that's the reference. I think that's the only link. I was like, he sang that song before, which means he's recycled a song.
Okay. Also, the fact that this film was probably written in 2013.
Which explains the Mayans.
Yeah, because
we all died in 2012.
Yeah, and it's been hell since then. So they go to where the meteor is going to crash, and it's a big collection of crystals that grant you eternal youth for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Because
literally the reason is
so
these
much
crystals are
magnetic
magic
force.
Yeah, the magnets reverse your aging.
I'm going to go stand by the fridge.
Cast of characters because we needed more, which is annoying horny rabbit, terrible Jessie J Sloth, the Shangri-Lama, who is God so annoying. He's just like, I'm going to do a yoga pose.
I'm going to sit down.
And that's the joke.
I'm just going to...
And then he keeps spitting in a pot, and that's the other joke. And it's Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who again is wasted. And then they're like...
Don't forget the unicorns.
Yeah, and there's two mini unicorns who are just kind of there being unicorns, and they're voiced by Lily Singh, and that's fine. Who cares? I expected more bullshit YouTuber cameos, but no, just Lily Singh. Why not? Ugh.
These were just horses with horns. They weren't unicorns. They weren't white. There was no rainbows.
Whoa! Let's not make this a race thing, Keenan.
They were a boring brown horse with a stuck-on horn.
Are you saying brown people can't be unicorns?
I'm saying Lily Singh can't be a unicorn.
A brown person, Keenan.
Did they make them brown because it was Lily Singh? Because if that's the reason, why is Diego Mexican? With that logic.
Why is anything about this movie? Why does removing one crystal cause the entire thing to fall apart?
It's like
instantly reverse all of their aging, but doesn't kill the 400-year-old llama instantly. Why does the rabbit and the llama look really, really old and they've aged up, but Jessie J. Sloth, who also ages up, looks about the same, just
has grey hair.
Yeah. She moves exactly the same. She looks basically the same. She hasn't aged. She's just
how
her dye's run out.
I understand. Like, right, let's just say that these crystals can reduce aging. Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. How can these sloth, unicorn, bunny llama people control them enough to make floating lifts and cars?
Yeah.
And why can the unicorns fly?
Yeah. And how come at this point it's like, if we don't have all these crystals arranged this exact certain way, we lose our aging. However, later on, when one crystal gets in the water, suddenly that gives us our youth back.
I think what they haven't realised is heat. It went into like a
hot spring.
Hot spring. That's what they needed. They just need hot water.
So heat plus water plus magic crystal equals fountain
fire.
Of youth?
Equals fire.
I wish the movie would set on fire. So they move all the crystals up to the volcano.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs help in the end because they realize, oh no, this meteor will kill us too because it will kill everything. And originally they're like, we'll just fly above it. It's fine. And then Buck's like, no, you'll still be hit by it because it's falling from above you. And he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's stop it. We're good guys now. They have one less crystal get up there. They can't push it up. So what they do is they roll down the hill, go up a half pipe, and roll and jump into the volcano. Because Julian, the mammoth, is like, mad air on a half pipe. I got it. Because this movie's just bad. So they save the day. They go home. The tiger character arc is resolved somehow. The mammoth character arc is, I guess, resolved. They didn't really talk about it again. And then Jessie J comes back after having regained her youth. Wanda Sykes also regains her youth and has like a big afro, which could have been a joke, but it wasn't. They could have made something funny of Wanda Sykes regaining her youth, and they really didn't.
How does she make Sid?
Well, she's the grandma of Sid.
Where did it go wrong?
I mean, she's also terrible. The granny sucks too.
Is that side of the family then?
Yeah. There's a bit where she's eaten by the dinosaur and survives, so she shares Scrat's immortality. Scrat, by the way, crashes into Mars and kills all life on the planet, so he's a genocidal maniac.
Yeah.
Well, no, it hadn't developed yet. He just killed that one little.
And also destroyed
lamb.
all potential life, and clearly killed a bunch of trees, and he is nature's worst monster.
Yeah.
But also, it must be said, Neil the Buckweasel is narrating over that, and he says that ours had this level of like billions of years ago when Scrat crashes into it. This movie is set 2 million years before now.
Scrat's a time traveler.
Says, exactly. Scrat, that scene with Scrat at the end of it, where he crashes into the planet, is actually set several billion years before the rest of the events of the movie. He is immortal. He has been alive since the dawn of time, and he still hasn't eaten his goddamn acorn.
This film was set on Mars the whole time, and right at the end of the film, he killed everyone.
He kills everyone.
If there's not an Ice Age 6, that's why.
It's because everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Also, this film ends with a dance number, because apparently we're in 2007.
Well, it doesn't end with that. It ends with doors.
Well, it ends with, yeah.
Just a variety of doors opening in different ways.
Yeah. That's Ice Age 5, a film I will never watch again.
We're not talking about it anymore.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. Let me change the mood with Filmosophy or Filmosophy. I'm not even in the mood to do the intro properly. I'm just angry. So this week for Filmosophy, I've brought Simon Pegg to the table.
Okay.
I tried to do Ray Romano. He has never said a thing that is inspiring in his life. He's just dumb. But while we're here talking about Ray Romano, Deborah! That's my Ray Romano impression. Thank you very much. He says Deborah a lot in his TV show because Deborah's the name of his character's wife. Simon Pegg Filmosophy. I'm simply saying that our deepest thoughts, desires, and preoccupations manifest themselves in art, whether we intend them to or not. That's what art is for. It's not cerebral, it's emotional. Very nice.
I don't like this because Simon Pegg's an intelligent man, and I like the fact that you get people who are stupid.
I defy anybody not to look cool with guns. My granny would look cool doing that.
Yeah.
I just thought that's a fun quote. I've always wanted a large green cat.
Again, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying this, but bring back Tara Reid.
Yeah, I mean, it was harder to find dumb quotes from Simon Pegg than it was.
Well, no, but that's the thing. When Simon Pegg says
David Hasselhoff.
When Simon Pegg says something dumb, it's intentional.
Yeah,
because he's a very intelligent man.
He is, and I want more films with Simon Pegg.
Isn't there there's a new? I don't know if it's part of it, but isn't there a new Cornetto film coming out soon? They're both doing a new film.
It's not going to be a Cornetto film,
but they're both doing a new film.
They're direct, but it's not Cornetto. Like for example, like how Paul isn't a Cornetto film, but just both.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have your rights involved either.
Right. Well, they're both bringing one out.
Oh, they are doing that. I saw a trailer for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're ghost hunters or something.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
Did you see Burke and Hare with Andy Serkis and Simon Pegg?
I did. Yeah.
That was a good film.
That was all right. Yeah. I think that was like Christopher Lee's last movie.
Right. Because that's the vibe that I think this one's going to be like.
I think it'll be. I mean, it won't be as good as a Cornetto film, I don't think, but it'll probably be quite good. Yeah. Let's just take this moment to just talk about how good the Cornetto trilogy is. How good are those movies?
Which one's the best one?
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We're on the same page.
Yeah, they're all great, and I think World's End is a very close second. But
I think Shaun of the Dead's better.
That's fair. I think Shaun of the Dead's
it's one of those things. In my opinion, I need to watch World's End more than once to get a strong opinion.
Hot Fuzz is a 10 out of 10. World's End is a 9.9, and Shaun of the Dead's a 9.8. You're splitting hairs with the. It's
because I've seen Shaun of the Dead more than once, so I
think I've only seen Shaun of the Dead twice.
So I need to watch World's End again to give a strong opinion.
I rewatched them all the other week just because I felt like it, and it was just such a good decision.
Those films are stupid, aren't they? But in the best way possible.
Yarp.
Then he went on to be one of the best characters in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I mean, that film's just packed with, like, amazing, talented actors.
It's such an English film, isn't it?
Prime. I mean, Olivia Colman playing the horny police officer. Everyone likes a bit of girl on girl, don't they?
It's such an English film. Literally, like,
funny.
if you're in any comedy TV show or film of that time, you'll be in that film. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you like the three police chiefs had Martin Freeman, Bill Nye, and Steve Coogan.
Yeah. Let's
make a new Ice Age film, shall we? We can make it good. I think we can revitalize this franchise.
Should we recast it first, and then based on who's in the cast, we can work out what shenanigans they come up.
Yes.
Against.
So, playing Manny,
John Goodman.
John Goodman's a good cast. That's you're already on the right track.
That's the only one I've got. I was just really happy with that.
Okay.
That's me. I'm done. See you later.
let me hit you with this. As Sid, John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's complete the trilogy. Let's make Diego John as well. Let's make Diego John Legend.
Right. Where's Diego meant to be from?
Well,
is he meant to be Latin?
Mexican name, but Dennis Leary is definitely not. So
no, but that's just how they do these films.
Yeah. So if he's called Diego, let's make him from Latin America, and let's make him Anthony Ramos.
Called John.
Does have to be a John? Okay.
I'm going to type in
Latin American John.
Latin American John. Johns.
It might be John Leguizamo, who's already in the movie as Sid. And we
Latino
can't have that.
Johns. Yeah, John Leguizamo is the first one that comes up.
Yeah. So
why didn't they make him Diego?
Because he wanted to play Sid. Okay, then let's rename Diego so he can also be a John. I'm going to Google John actors.
Call him Dennis or David.
Yeah, so Diego is now called Dennis. And he will be played by John Krasinski.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Or John Malkovich.
He's better as Sid.
John Malkovich. No, because John C. Reilly I think would be really good as Sid. I can just see him playing that dumb character really well.
Yeah.
I love John C. Reilly, but he plays dumb really, really well.
Yeah. John Malkovich.
John Malkovich is Diego, and he just gives a really cerebral performance.
Can he have a dodgy French accent, please?
Yes, of course. And instead of him being called Diego, he's called Pierre.
He's like,
oh no, you said Dennis, so he's called Denny.
Dennis Sauvage.
Hello, I am Denny.
Perfect. John Malkovich doing Pascal Sauvage was a choice. Johnny English.
Playing Peaches. No, playing Ellie, sorry, is going to be popular female actors, preferably person of color. If we go like replacing Queen Latifah.
If we I don't know, like for like, if you're going to get rid of Queen Latifah, you need someone like that. You need someone that's big. You need Jennifer Aniston. Because you can't downgrade Queen Latifah too far.
No,
and
then you can make the daughter of John Goodman and Queen Latifah Zendaya. Not Queen Latifah. Jennifer.
That's weird, man.
But I mean, Zendaya could probably play the part pretty well, and she'd be funny because we know Zendaya's funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you think of anyone better?
We've casted too much.
True. We always use Zendaya because we like Zendaya.
What's her name?
We're going to replace Keke Palmer.
Let's have a look. We need someone our age.
Okay.
Let's just get Letitia Wright to do it.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. So Letitia Wright is playing Peaches. And then playing Julian, so going to be marrying Letitia Wright, is...
Let's ignore ages.
Well, no. Let's not ignore ages too much. I don't want to be like Leonardo DiCaprio marrying
No, but I mean, like...
they have to be like exactly the same age. We want someone young. We want a young, maybe a comedian type. Maybe it's Ed
Burnham.
Ed Burnham.
Bo Burnham.
Oh, Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham. That's good casting. Yeah.
He's not very old, is he?
No, he's only like 30.
Yeah, and Letitia Wright's only, what, 19? I don't argue us.
Hang on. Letitia Wright is 26. Bo Burnham.
She does not look 26.
She plays young.
Yeah, I've only seen her play children, like is in Black Panther and Black Mirror.
Bo Burnham's 30, so that's only a 4-year difference, but fine.
She's a lot older than I thought she was.
I mean,
that's fine.
Everyone in Hollywood plays young, and yeah. So Bo Burnham is playing Julian. He is going to be so much funnier than Adam Devine.
He sings everything.
Yeah,
he does.
Playing Crash and Eddie is Steve Buscemi and Taika Waititi.
Oh god, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said Dick and Dumb.
I did say Dick and Dumb earlier, but I changed my mind.
Buscemi and Waititi. That means to complete the trio, Buck has to be Jason Mantzoukas.
Yes. Oh my god, Jason Mantzoukas' Buck would be so funny. We have to cast Simon Pegg as someone though, because he needs to stay in the movie.
Yeah. But can you imagine just like Buck the Weasel just going absolutely mental?
Simon Pegg is playing Granny.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Simon Pegg could do an old woman very well.
Yeah. And then Shearer is, I think, the last person we need to cast. And that's Curly's wife, the tiger. And that's going to be...
Right, let's see
someone like Prestige for that for some reason.
I'm seeing he played Curly's wife in the film. in the 40s.
Is she still alive?
Probably not. She got killed.
Sherilyn Fenn.
Oh, there's a 1992 film. We'll use them.
Yeah. So Sherilyn Fenn is going to play Curly's wife, the tiger, and just plays. All of her lines are just lines from Of Mice and Men, and her character playing alongside John Malkovich as Denny, Curly's wife, the tiger. And the film introduces Curly's wife, the tiger, to the story. Because we're doing Ice Age 119, The Dust Bowl. It's set during the Great Depression in America.
Please can Diego John Malkovich kill one of the possums because he steps on him too hard?
Yeah.
The possums and the rabbit. The possums and the rabbits, and he gets shot at the end.
He's not going to be shot by one of the main gang, though, because we need to have some new characters because it's an Ice Age movie. They've got to introduce new characters.
Well, it'll be Diego will have a friend then.
Yes. So we need to introduce, let's say 2 new characters, and one of them is just called George, and he just plays the George role and kills John Malkovich Tiger in the end. George is going to be It's got to be an old animal who is for some reason in Great Depression America, where they all are as well.
Who's that guy?
That's very not specific.
I'm thinking of... I can picture him, but he looks like every other person I've ever looked at. So it's not really
the most generic-looking man in the world.
He's like a small little American guy who plays like the George role. He's like the angry gangster, and you got a really big...
from Goodfellas. The guy's like, I'm walking here.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hang on, if it's the guy I'm thinking of, let me Google.
We need something like that. Maybe I might just be thinking of Elmer Fudd.
Joe Pesci.
Yes, Joe Pesci. Here he is.
Joe Pesci. He plays George the tortoise man.
Oh, he's a really old tortoise, and he walks on two legs, and he's got a walking stick.
Well, no, because that would be a different kind of character.
Is Joe Pesci? I think it's Joe Pesci. I think that's it.
I think it's got to be Joe Pesci.
Yes, that guy. Yep. There he is.
It's Joe Pesci. It can't be a tortoise man because tortoise gives
It used
off
to be a really old tiger, if you want.
the wise old character kind of thing. That's not what George is. He's got to be like a grumpy bastard type. A grumpy bastard type could very easily be like a bear, maybe. Or
it could be an old bear or a wolf.
Yeah. A wolf, that's good casting, yeah. Joe Pesci plays George the Wolf.
Yeah, there was saber-toothed wolves, weren't there? There was like Arctic Ice Age wolves.
I mean, it's set in Dust Bowl, America, anyway, so it's fine.
Doesn't matter then.
But also, it does have to be Ice Age animals.
Yes,
and then also joining the cast, we need just a random comic relief YouTuber cameo. So
Ice Age.
We get
animals.
Brian David Gilbert to play a moth.
yeah.
Who just shows up and is feral every night. He's the villain.
Okay.
It's Brian David Gilbert as...
This is a villain. We need an English person.
Okay.
Can you do an English accent?
Probably.
Okay then. It's fine.
Yeah. He's just playing a moth who just hates capitalism. And he's presented as the villain, despite him being right.
They haven't used a dodo yet in the films.
Oh, then as Doris the Dodo, we get Judi Dench.
Yeah. Why haven't they used a dodo yet? That's such an easy Lemmings joke, even though they don't do it. But you could just like have a dodo just fall off a cliff in the background just for 2 seconds. That's what you need. Listen,
you expect anything in Ice Age to make any sense. And then Scrat is also there, and he is causing the Great Depression.
Can he?
He destroys the stock market.
Can he be a banker, but he speaks like... Well, either he's like really intelligent, he speaks fluent English, or he doesn't say anything, and that ruins the stock market because he says something.
Well, what he does is he runs into like Rockefeller or whoever's in charge of the stock market. He runs into his office, and there's he's looking for a place to bury his acorn. And he sees a big red button labeled "Crash the stock market" and slams his acorn into that, and then the stock market crashes. And he's like, "Oh!" And then what kind of antics in Dust Bowl, Great Depression America can happen to injure Scrat to the point of death, but he survives anyway because he's immortal. He gets run over by a car. He goes into like a speakeasy tavern, and like he tries to bury his acorn in a thing of beer, and like the geezer shoots him into the ceiling and whacks him into that.
Yeah, something
and he invents beer nuts by mistake.
Yeah, cars have been invented, so there's got to be some farming instrument tool that attacks him.
Sure. He just gets caught. You know the classic Scrat thing where it slams his acorn into the ice and then it causes the ice to crack? He just does that on an arid, dry farm.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, maybe like there's like a silo or something, there's loads of stuff in it, he opens it, and then it's like, there's loads of food, but it's like...
And it's full of acorns. He gets crushed to death by a giant pile of acorns, and he can't find his one amongst the entire pile.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he gets... drafted into World War II.
I was going to say he's going to get caught up in the mafia.
Yeah, that's good too. He gets riddled with bullets by a Tommy gun.
It's a really quick fast forward in time. So you see him like with Al Capone, then you see him join the army, World War One.
Well.
Actually, no, we need a.
We've got to make endless Ice Age sequels.
You said this is a short. The short made this film. So, like, this is like a little teaser
this is the short
the rest of the Ice Age film.
That sets up Ice Age 136 back in the trenches when they go to World War II.
Yeah.
I'm assuming in one of the earlier ones they did World War One already.
Yeah.
Where Scrat buried his acorn into Franz Ferdinand's head.
he accidentally gets. I mean, they're probably not. They won't be in the same area, but he accidentally gets his acorn stuck in a disused cannon. It fires off and hits JFK in the head.
He jams his acorn into the trigger on Lee Harvey Oswald's gun. Oh my god. He gets his acorn stuck in a voting machine and it votes for Donald Trump a million times.
Yeah. with that,
Scrat is responsible for all of history's greatest disasters.
Yeah. We've worked it out.
Yeah. I think with that, we have to end the episode.
Yeah, I think
I'm so glad we found a moment of joy because this episode was so negative until this pitch.
Yeah.
Where we brought ourselves so much happiness again. And here's the thing. I know the show's usually about making bad films worse, and that's the tagline. I think we've very much made a bad franchise much better.
Yeah. Last week was questionable.
Yeah.
It was a good idea, but what?
So if you've enjoyed this week's episode, yeah, quack. Please give us a like, a comment, and subscribe. Check out our other stuff on the channel. Share it with your mates. Do all the fun stuff that makes us popular. And join us again next week for more Electric Boogaloo. But for now, Keenan, would you like to hit them with the famous outro?
That was my Scrat impression. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was.
Bye.
Bye.